The Nigerian novelist Chinua Achebe quoted an African proverb that said, "Until the lions have their own historians, the history of the hunt will always glorify the hunter." The relationship between people and the natural environment depends very much on who you are, where you stand, and how much power you have. The rights of indigenous peoples over the natural resources they manage are often lost when immigrants take controls of the lands that they are colonising. New names are given to rivers, mountains and landmarks. New systems of ownership and governance are applied. New sets of values are constructed. A forest tree may change its relationship to people from being part of a wider nurturing ecosystem to being a source of timber to be cut down, to being a red-listed rare species to conserve when its forest habitat has been mostly destroyed. Management of nature needs to be placed into the context of its historical relationship with the managers. The famous Yosemite National Park in the USA was once the home of the Miwok people. They were driven out in the Mariposa Indian War, and in 1864 the Yosemite Land Grant Bill granted 40,000 acres of federal land encompassing the Yosemite Valley to the state of California for public enjoyment and preservation. The Miwok were denied compensation, and in 1964 the US Wilderness Act proclaimed national parks as areas where man himself is a visitor who doesn't remain. The same is true of many conservation areas that were once the basis of the livelihoods of indigenous peoples who are now alienated. Land is not the only thing that gets colonised by immigrants with the power to culturally dominate. It happens to languages too. Lingua franca are used as a means of establishing national identity, providing a common education and enhancing trade. It's a process that is happening globally. English, Spanish, French, Chinese, Arabic, Swahili, Russian, and about 500 of the 7,000 living languages are considered to be nearly extinct. With loss of language comes a severing of the connection to landscape and nature. Local languages describe and depict a subtle and nuanced coexistence between people and the environment that supports them. When the words are gone, then that relationship is literally speechless.